So it's the second day. We're back on the beach here for a few more hours. And we've been walking just along here, redoing some area that we'd already done. And I started rolling some rocks down here and I got a good signal. I got something interesting. First I thought it was like maybe some sort of, kind of looks like some sort of religious pendant or something. But then I saw some writing on the side of it and I flipped it over and I cleaned it up a bit. But it says Pacific PCMR. And I think it has as you can see, there's a maple leaf in the middle. You might be able to see better than I can what it says. But I think it's something to do with the Pacific Coast Maritime Reserve, I want to say. Maybe during World War II, many of the small fishing vessels and tugboats were all kind of almost like drafted to become a kind of like a fisherman marine regiment or a maritime marine regiment here on the coast of BC. So
Hold on a minute there, Seth. I think you might have got that wrong. After doing research online, I found that the badge was actually a Pacific Coast Militia Rangers badge. In early 1942, as fears of a Japanese invasion gripped the Pacific, British Columbia formed its own home guard, the Pacific Coast Militia Rangers, or PCMR. These men weren't ordinary soldiers. They were loggers and trappers, ranchers and prospectors chosen for their deep knowledge of BC's rugged terrain. Patrolling the province's remote forest and coastline, the PCMR trained in intelligence gathering, coast watching, and defending vital communication lines. Boys as young as 15 and men too old for overseas service stood together protecting their communities from potential threats. Though they never engaged in combat, their presence brought security to rural communities and gave purpose to those unable to serve abroad. At the end of the war, in 1945, the PCMR were officially stood down. Though they never fired a shot in battle, the Pacific Coast Militia Rangers left a lasting legacy in the land they vowed to protect. I love how metal detecting finds like this badge open new chapters of history for me. Learning about the PCMR, it really opens a window to see a bit of what life was like here during World War II. There must have been a real feeling that the enemy in the Pacific could easily show up here on the coast. I'm sure that having the PCMR here in Bones Bay brought a sense of security to the people that lived here. All of the images that I found for this story were found on the Friends of the Pacific Coast Militia Rangers Facebook site. Look them up, and there's a lot more there.
Anyhow, that's the first interesting thing I found so far. And that guy hasn't found a silver yet, but I have faith in him. He'll do it. Meep. Well, didn't think it was possible because the Manticore has a hard time picking up nickels, but there was a really crappy signal I dug. And there is a King George V nickel. And I think, you probably can see better than me, it says 30 something. Can't quite make that out. That's my second cool find of the day. Just talking about that crappy signal on the Manticore and got another one. And it looks like a 1924 Big 5 Canadian nickel made out of tomback. Here's my next interesting find. So it's made out of lead, and it says BB on the top. and I would assume would stand for Bones Bay, and then some other numbers on there. So this would be some sort of tag for something to do with the cannery. Maybe like a shipping tag, or not quite sure. But it looks like there's another. It was reused. Another point had a 49 on the back. Wonder what that was. If you know, let me know. My next interesting find was something that I almost didn't dig because it was so far down there. Was this pocket watch? It had the bezel with it. Back. Time to go to work. I'm tossing this watch in the ocean. Sploosh. Hey bear! Hey bear! Hey bear! Whew. A video? Yeah. It's had a big black bear pop out right there. I heard him first, and then I saw the branches moving. It's about 50 feet from us. I just shot a banger up in the tree there. Try to spook him out of here. But need to be watchful because sometimes they circle around. And this guy doesn't have his bear spray. And my bear deterrent is way down in the boat there. But our cooler's up on the beach, so I'm hoping he doesn't circle around and find our cooler. Because that could be a mess. Bugger. Right there. But nothing stops this guy from digging. Bears, whatever. As we were detecting today, hey kingfisher, shush, shush. As we're detecting today, Gio looked down and he found another trade bead. 2 of them. Those are so cool. Wow. That's history right there. Look at that guy. See him? Where is he? There he goes. Loud. You're loud.
It says Canada on top.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. It's weird. Just looking at this, we just saw it had Canada on top. We thought it was maybe an Indian head, but it's a King George V penny. Oh yeah. We've been picking up hundreds of these. A friend of ours turns them into fishing lures, so we're collecting them. Lead line weights. So often at canneries you find these what look like big old nails, and they had a purpose beyond what it looks like. These are what they used to seal the cans with lead solder. These were their soldering tools, were these big nails. So they put the lead rim on, they'd heat this up, and it would solder the lids. That is a soldering tool from Bones Bay. Someone spent a lot of time with this. So as we're detecting along here, we're finding a lot of lead, which we are collecting. There's a pile of the lead that Jordan has found so far. This isn't all of it, this is just a bit of it. But this will all be removed from the environment. All this toxic lead. That plus a bucket that I have. Started to rain. Came back to the boat to just put my headphones in it because they're not waterproof. And I saw that big guy. Big crawfish. Walking along the bottom. Just came up into the woods here, just above the beach. Jordan's down there. And saw this, kind of like a road. And you can see this coil on the ground. That's the outside of a old water pipe, wooden water pipe. There's big valves there. It goes right down. And it went right to the plant from where they're getting their water. It's the way they got their water. There's a wash tub up here. Left in place. Hole through the bottom. Looks like only bears use this now. Here's kind of looks like a clearing up above. Anything that's a clearing here will be just super overgrown. So we're up on the little road up above, and then I went up there on top of there, and it looks like they were somewhere up there. It's probably where they're throwing their trash. I mean, besides the beach, I found something pretty cool up there. My son Ivor will love this. It's a 7-Up bottle with the cap still on it. That's pretty cool. I don't know how old it is, but it's at least 40s. I'm the last guy that put this bucket down here. Or it's pot. Let me put this pot right there. 80 years ago. Dropped their pot right here. Didn't think a guy in 2024 might be the next guy to touch it. Look at that. "19 kilometers of logging road and silent geo." Silent.
Yeah.
Just processing, right? I've got a 1929 dime, so I have the oldest silver right now. We have a competition going. Whoever gets the oldest silver gets a $20 scratchy. All right. Here we go to scratch the scratchy. I was the winner with my 1929 dime as the oldest silver. So let's do this live. Start right up here in section 1. That one's bust. Find a money bag to win 500 bucks. 50 bucks. All right. Win 50. It's a winner, folks. It's a winner. $50 ticket. Take that, Gio.